I'm going to get you. Are you my mummy? Definitely an interesting and original way to start off a video there, don't you think? Welcome all, welcome. Welcome to EPROM 9. Yeah, I'm doing a fair few references here to things. In fact, 3. Evil Dead, Doctor Who, and the last one, Half-Life 2. Those of you who play through Half-Life 2 know what I mean. Yeah, this is about interest in Misc. The gas mask was just a mere amusing inclusion into this. Because, well, they're cool. So we'll put that down there for now. So, interesting Misc. We'll have an interesting electronic Misc at that, because if I was to do interesting Misc, I could include my sniper scope, courtesy of Military Odyssey. Now that is cool. So, first thing we start with an interesting Misc and just anything else I decide to ramble about over the period. We have my Royal Digital 5-T calculator from 1970 something early 70s. In fact, if I can pop it open, I haven't tried popping this open with my hand, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to need something to prise in there. My car keys. To show you the circuitry I've got. Yeah, let's use this bit that isn't the car keys. There we go. Live disassembly, unedited. Ta-da! In fact, there's a date code on this, 33, so this would have been built in late 73 to early 74, this particular machine. Sadly, its VFD is dead, which means it needs a new VFD, but the logic all works because I've probed around with an oscilloscope and multimeter to find they work beautifully. Now we'll reassemble it, and it has a beautiful ceramic chip, which is nice. And of course, on the interesting Misc retro calculator, they played a huge part in the development of electronics in the 70s. All about miniaturization. The rush for the pocket calculator. The next thing on our list is the 1970s military walkie-talkie. Yeah, you are guessing I have a fair few bits of military Star Plus here, and I wouldn't say I have a lot, but I do have a few things. Now this is absolutely wicked. I don't know whether it works. I did try running it with my power supply that I built, but it didn't run off it, so yeah, the only way to probably truly test it is with my is with batteries, and it doesn't take any weird types of batteries. It takes big old torch batteries that I used to use in my Tomy torch, which I had when I was a kid. I still have it now. It's in the loft. Yeah, pretty close to, God, my laptop. Pretty close to all my toys are in the loft. I was always... You get sentimental about the things you have as a kid. I mean, you don't know, you are sentimental about your computers, so yeah. I have pretty much everything throughout my entire life that I've owned. The next thing is this. These are actually quite rare and hard to come by. No, it's not just an empty box. It even has an Atari 600 XL on the back, picture of anyway, for it to be used with. I don't currently have the computer to use this with. only have the tablets, and considering how rare they are, it was cheap. It comes with everything except the manual, including the software you'd use with it. Yeah, it hasn't moved. Mind you, I'm the only one who touches this stuff. My mum might move it when she dusts in here on the rare occasion, but maintenance of this room is left up to me, which is, well, you never really can see the mess it gets into on the videos. Probably a good thing. Mind you, to be fair, some YouTube videos you see of people's houses, they can be a nuclear bomb site. It's all up to the individual user. Going on to the next thing of vintage Misc I absolutely love. Hang on, let me just go get it. Ooh, we're using up less time than I thought. I'll leave that one there because it's a bit finicky. EPROMs. I cannot have enough of the things. In fact, there's one in the post off eBay as I speak, which will hopefully arrive in the next few days, along with the CPU fan for my dad's PC, because that's gone die-die, as you can see. Yeah. That's why I was bleeping when I said about the bleeping. These PLCC EPROMs are extremely rare, and there's only one seller in the US that seems to have a good supply of them, in various shapes and sizes of PLCC EPROMs, as well as standard. I did have one of these many times years ago, but I kind of broke it and I've regretted that ever since. It was such a shame. This is magnificent. I can't get enough of them, and I will continue to try and obtain more of them. It was a bit on the costly side if you ask me, but I suppose rare chip, yeah, chip collectors are coming up. This wasn't on the costly side. From Prague. That was a brilliant holiday, although it came in the post, and the post only cost £1 something. And this was only £1, so yeah. Bargain, and these types are quite rare, although you do see a fair few on eBay. But you get two types of rare. eBay rare, real life rare. Real life rare is the likeliness of finding it in a cupboard. You won't find a BBC Micro in a cupboard, or an Electron. But it might turn up on eBay, so therefore it's eBay rare. If it's not on eBay, it is extremely rare, like the RMMB 300. I'm rambling as always, so yeah, I just like to just sit here, just look at them. They make nice ornaments. I also have a tin full of them and CCDs. I cannot get enough. Oh, CCDs, that's the point. Interesting myth. Well, I don't want everything else to come up. This is full of no battery compartments. One of these has got the CCDs in. This one's heavy. This is full of motory hard drive things from video cameras and that. And the last one, which is somewhere, there it is, right at the top, hidden away. Come on out. Here we go. There's one more EPROM up there, and one on a little sculpture I made over on the windowsill. My bag of EPROMs in varying shapes and sizes and ages. Most, I think pretty much all of it's 1990s, although there is some 2000 stuff in there. Yes, EPROMs are still in production as far as I know. And CCDs scavenged from various things, from camera phones to optical mice to scanners. And even I'm not sure I have proper, no, I don't have any proper digital camera ones in there, but yeah, that one's the best one, out of a Sony Ericsson Cybershot. If you want CCDs, Sony Ericsson Cybershots are the phones to disassemble for them. And it actually looks nicer than the EPROM. It's pretty. I like them more. I like the shiny. Oh, we'll pop them back and have this ready video. Oh god, I'm treading on everything now. Pop them back. There we go. And of course, before we finish off, hang on, I just touched the lens of my glasses and I need to clean them. Bear with me. And my hair's getting in my vision again. You know what, the glasses, just get the hair out of the vision. You just need to see me, and I just look at a blurry camera. It's started underway on the Electron laptop. Got the LCD, dirt cheap, probably some rip-off from China. Well, it is from China, but rip-off of some other company's thing. Don't know, don't care, it was cheap. So I could afford it, because I don't have the money for good quality expensive. And dictaphone, which is going to be the data cassette drive. I need some cassettes for it though, I don't have any. Now, I've started work on it because I have, if I can find the components, they're around here somewhere. There they are. About 19 volts AC, so done some research. These seem to 78012s because it's for a car. Seem to be able to uphold to 20ish volts, so yeah, that's fine. These bridge rectifiers will turn it into DC for the regulator. Filter capacitors, simple, easy power supply, and then I've got a little 3-volt switch mode for this. So yeah, I'm going to be all tooled up. So yeah, I hope to be at least prototyping this tomorrow, but unforeseen events can have their effects. For instance, because I'm off, finished at college now, I am doing the housework for my mum. Yes, I am helping Mum out because she bloody needs it after she spends just fucking hours slaving away on housework. It's just not right. So it's time to remove that from her. Bearing in mind I have the time to do all that now and everything else that I like. I need a bigger SD card. Anyway, thanks to the magic of HD video taking up 2 gig memory cards like that, and video editing, I have put everything back and wearing my glasses again. They're sure nicely cleaned. So yeah, where was I? The Acorn Electron thingy-mabob laptop mod that I'm working on. Well, I've started, finally. I can see some of the circuitry of my camera reflecting back at me, probably to do with lens mechanics. It's reflecting out the gap between the lens and its lens tube. Just an interesting note that you probably don't give a shit about. Anyway, with that coming comes that. So, why produce such a pointless random video? I hear some of you will probably ask. Well, because I'm bored and I want to make a video. I have content to make videos about, but it's a little bit late in the day and I can't be asked to go through the full length of editing and then getting it up. Save it for another day, because I'm going to do, probably most likely for my next review, it will be a Portal 2 one. And then after that I might do the Fallouts and then go back to the Electron requests that I needed a bit of a break from, because there's only so many Electron games you can play before you get fed up of them. I find. They're okay, they're good little 5-minute time wasters, but not something I'll be able to spend days doing. I just like pissing around on the Electron for days instead, just doing random stuff, not sitting there playing one game on it. So yeah, it will have built-in cassette drive with no cassettes, but that's not the point, it's there for when I actually have cassettes. And a little 4-point-something widescreen LCD monitor, and I'll try and make it look electronic. I've got dead electrons to sift bits from to make it look more electronic. And well, the Electron is actually the perfect sort of profile for that kind of work. Much more easier to do than the ST, which is a bit on the big side, but I suppose you could still get away with it. And I like to use the original cases. Some would call it mutiny, but I just call it fun little project. There are, oh wait, I haven't put everything back. The sniper scope. Yes. Brilliant little thing. Let's put it back there. And of course I emptied out the college bag and found things like capacitors in there. And I need to do another electronics one. I just need, well, VFD clock. Oh, I'll see what I can do on that. Yes, I'm building a VFD clock. You look right at the bottom, second video I ever uploaded. Well, not in truth, third, because there was one before that I did for college that was like supposed to be advertising a product. Well, I had recently got my first car around that point, so you can guess what my advertisement of a product was. My beloved car. Yes, and I am beginning to run out of things to blabber on about. So yes, I'm just looking round for some inspiration around the room. Ah yes, here's an interesting thing that I've noticed. Someone's hit dislikes next to my videos. Now, I don't have a problem with someone not liking my video, but what am I doing wrong? Please do tell. I would like to know what I'm doing wrong to that person so I can correct it. Because I try to make everybody happy. Why not? But of course that is actually impossible. It'd be quite interesting to know so I can improve. But as far as I know, I don't think it's any of the subscribers. Might just be the random odd people who does a search on YouTube, watches it and then does. There we go. That was something completely pointless. But it's something. Now then, what else to ramble on about? There's my jeans on my floor down there. Yeah, don't worry, I am wearing shorts. So you don't need to worry there. There's no dodginess going on here. Yes, that is... God, normally when I'm just on my own, I can think of a zillion things to ramble on about, you know. But tonight, I cannot. I suppose I might as well show you something I'm doing. Still drying because of rebuilding it. Built it years ago. This. Built out of all the useless electronic parts I had that I couldn't find of use for. So, what did I do? I made a sculpture, and here's the head. Yeah, it's not complete without the head. But of course, hot glue and super glue is absolute bollocks when it's in the sun. Hot glue is better than super glue. Super glue is just shit. All it does is glue your fingers together. So this is lovely. Little robot dog thing. Built it in probably later years of secondary school, maybe early mid. So this is quite old now. Then on the windowsill you have the rest of my beam robots in that yellow box, which you can see behind the Commodore dataset. The thing, and what is the time? This is nice, rough, ready, unedited, and we're about to run out of time again, which means it's going to be a long, long, long upload, but that's no problem because that's what night time's for. So yes, and that. So yeah, the rest of the store's in there along with some other Misc. Now then, I have, to some people's knowledge, finally have a power supply made by me in college. The original power supply was spliced in there. I hacked apart one of my electron tape cables for that. Well, I kind of already hacked this one apart anyway, but I just hacked at it some more. Found a 9 volt AC transformer and an old 9 volt DC power brick in the workshop. Remove the old switch mode 5V from its board. That is mounted directly under where the mains cable goes in, and then the transformer was mounted in front of that, and then it's just out. Then the two consecutive wire pairs go out. Held together with electrical tape. Looks like a bodge, but works a treat. I used epoxy in the end to hold the transformer in because it wobbles around, and you don't want that with a transformer. On that note, I would like to say thank you to ZombieAndy1979 because on Mr. VX's chat, he gave me some brilliant advice on how to get Commodore things going, tapes games going, and I've almost cracked it, but the thing is with Commodore is when I got it, the bloke who sold it to me said it does have trouble accessing peripheral devices. So yeah, I now have a bit of a dodge chip in there. I'm going to see if I can find a replacement and change it just to see. Make sure I get the right chip though. Maybe I could swap the two chips round, but they're two input-output chips. There's two of them in the Misc 64. So I'd like to send a big thank you out to Zombie Andy for that advice. I think it's now down to... It didn't help that the tape player disintegrated through mid-recording, so... Yeah, I have to have it opened up now to record, and then prod at things with screwdrivers and use clamps to get it to play, yeah. Right, buggered up old tape drive. So yeah, the 70s one is going to come back in. That's all my interest in Misc. Have a look at the interest in Misc on my channel. It's quite interesting. If you like interest in electronic Miscs, stuff or what most people consider junk, like an electric typewriter and a reel-to-reel tape player. Be good to get some tape for that, so then I can see if it works. Get some tape for it, and then have like games running off huge, great reels of tape. I'm probably too much of a geek. I mean, you know you're a geek when you carry a Casio PB700 nearly everywhere you go. That's me. Now I know the lighting isn't good on this side of the face because I had a quick look at the video before, but it added to the creepy effect of the gas mask at the beginning. Because I have actually covered everything I've thought of, I am going to end it there. This is a long ramble. If you don't like rambles, you probably should have hit the back button a long way back. If you do, well, you've probably been really enthralled, entertained and whatever. And there's probably those who think, boring and back, and all the usual crap. Fun note. I call this a fun note. Grandfather's engineer's ruler. That's my closing note. Thanks for watching, all you guys and girls, mostly guys. There are very few females who watch my channel. Very few. But they do exist. Which is nice. Thanks for watching. And well, you'll see me when you next see me. When I bother to make another video. Which will be soon-ish. Night night.